Hello everybody, Silver Picker here, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the concept of trading up in precious metals. And if you don't know what that is, that's essentially the idea of taking a large quantity of lower value, in this case silver bullion items that you have, let's say coins, rounds, bars, etc., and trading them up for a much smaller quantity but of higher dollar value gold bullion. The Silver Picker YouTube channel is sponsored by Whatnot, and today's video is sponsored by Calinex Mines. Thank you both for your support. For those of you who've been watching my channel a long time, you'll know that I put my proverbial money where my mouth is, and I actually did that myself. I had a 50+ pound silver stack. I had amassed that over the course of like 10 years, and I had been getting tons and tons of silver bullion, and I traded it all for a much smaller quantity of gold coins. And whether you agree with me, disagree with me, I'm not here to convince you one way or another. I'm here to tell you the reasons why I did it. And I have 4 reasons that I think are pretty convincing why you might want to trade up from silver to gold. And I got nothing against silver. I am, after all, the Silver Picker. But you'll see why, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. If you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments, right? I love debate. I love discussion. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Anyway, let's get right into why I think it's a good idea to trade up your silver bullion for gold bullion. And the first is simply that I am a big proponent of quality over quantity, right? Not to say there's anything wrong with silver. There absolutely isn't. But if you start out, right, you're just starting out getting into the world of precious metals, and you buy a couple ounces of silver. It's beautiful, it's fun, there's a very good value to it, right? You can buy an ounce of silver for 25 bucks, right? You can get a nice ounce of silver for 25 bucks. For $100, you could have 4 coins in your bullion collection, and it feels good. It's encouraging to stack silver like that. And I started out that way. I've got nothing against that whatsoever, and I still buy silver all the time. But let's extrapolate that, a couple of years. Now you've got 100 ounces. Now you've got 1,000 ounces. Now if you watch some of the videos of other bullion YouTubers, you'll see that some of them have many thousands of ounces, and when they do their annual full stack video, I mean, more power to them, but I mean, it takes up their entire living room. They've got it on a massive table. They've got it on the floor. They've got it everywhere. Sometimes they'll say it took me 8 hours to set this up. That is wild, and it becomes very, very cumbersome. It's also risky, and it honestly, for me, it's like very anxiety-inducing. The idea that I've got, thousands and thousands and thousands of ounces that I have to figure out what to do with, it is just much easier to take all of that and put it into gold. So think of it like this, right? You could have 10,000 American Silver Eagles or 113 gold eagles. That's right, with the same dollar value will buy you 10,000 ounces of silver or 113 ounces of gold. For me, I personally would much rather have 113 ounces of gold than 10,000 ounces of silver. It really is too cumbersome, and it makes it much, much harder to deal with in general. And that brings us smoothly into our second reason, which is that it is much easier to hide, store, and protect your investment when you have a much smaller physical footprint that it takes up. I mean, again, let's go back to our extreme example of where you have a really big, mature precious metal stack where you have 10,000 ounces of silver. What's easier to store and protect? 10,000 American Silver Eagles? I mean, literally, that would take up multiple safety deposit boxes at the bank, which is expensive, or it would take up a massive home safe, or you'd have to hide it in your mattress and in your closet and every which way where, and versus 113 coins. I mean, 113 coins, you could fit in basically 2 little coin boxes, right? You could put that in a safety deposit box, in a home safe, wherever, right? It's not cash that's in your bank account. This is stuff that's physical that you yourself have to be responsible for and protect. What's going to be easier to protect? A small amount of gold coins that you can really hide very well, or a massive, literally 10,000 coin collection? Keeping your gold or silver stack safe and away from the thieving hands of potential robbers is obviously one of the most critical elements to having a physical gold or silver stack. Now, I'm guessing that most of you guys watching at home right now do indeed only invest in physical precious metals like gold, silver, etc. But there's lots of other ways to capture potential upside on a gold or silver investment without investing in the actual physical precious metals themselves. One such opportunity, of course, is by investing in mining companies. And today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about one particular mining company called Calinex Mines, a sponsor of today's video. But first, the usual disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and this should not be construed as financial advice. I am just simply a YouTuber that is passionate about the world of precious metals, and I want to share some info about an interesting company in that space. Calinex Mines is a Canadian mining company that focuses on exploration of gold, silver, copper, and zinc properties. Though it was founded in 2011, it actually has its roots that go far back to 1927 when it was originally called Callinan Mines. Calinex has made some really exciting discoveries of both base and precious metals on their properties, and they're raising funds through a sale of stock in their company to begin extracting these metals. Now, there are lots of mining companies out there, right? And they all share the same challenge of trying to successfully find deposits on their properties. So what actually makes Calinex Mines different? Well, the successful discovery of significant deposits has tremendous technical challenges. Calinex has two secret weapons to help them deal with this: environment and team. When I say environment, by the way, I don't just mean the physical land in the Flin Flon mining district. Yes, that's the actual name. Canadians, am I right? But I'm talking about the fact that the jurisdiction in which these mines sit is actually one of the safest and most mining-friendly jurisdictions in all of Canada. And the Flin Flon region has contained some of the most prolific VMS deposits. The team, however, is Calinex's real secret weapon. Look, any mining company can buy some mines, buy some equipment, etc., but putting together a team that's as experienced and knowledgeable as Calinex's team, that is really hard to do. Virtually every leader on the business side of things at Calinex Mines has extensive industry experience and a long and proven track record running and being part of mining companies. But arguably more exciting than that is the crack team of technical folks that Calinex has put together, including engineers, geophysicists, and Hall of Fame geologists. Yes, I mean that literally. There is literally a Canadian Mining Hall of Fame, and the Calinex Mines geologists are in it. Calinex Mines is a great company with zero debt and has a relatively small market cap of just $17 million. And its stock, CLLXF, is trading at just $1 a share right now. As with any investment, you gotta do your own research, and it's critical that you do your own due diligence before putting your hard-earned money into any investment. But I do think it's worth putting some time into looking into Calinex Mines. In fact, many respectable capital allocators in the space have put their money where their mouth is and invested in Calinex Mines. Mackenzie Investments, for example, purchased over $500,000 Canadian dollars worth of Calinex shares. And if you didn't know, Mackenzie Investments is one of Canada's largest investment management firms based on assets under management. Altius Minerals, which has been one of the most proven capital allocators in the business since 1997, also invested $500,000 in Calinex. Clearly, these investors see strong potential with Calinex Mines, as do many stock analysts, and you can do your own research on, say, Yahoo Finance or StockScan.io to find out for yourself. In any case, thank you very much to Calinex Mines for supporting my YouTube channel and generally supporting the YouTube precious metals community. Now, back to business. The third reason is that buying precious metals is only half of the investment equation. Selling them and actually locking in your profits is the other half, and it is way easier to sell gold than silver. Now, I'm not saying that silver is illiquid. Silver is extremely liquid, right? You can go to any pawn shop, any coin shop, any jewelry store, all the cash for gold type places, and you can sell silver bullion all day long. But ultimately, as you get into bigger and bigger quantities, it is harder to sell silver than gold. And just to illustrate that, the market cap of gold is about 13 times bigger than that of the market cap for silver. So the market for gold is significantly, more than 10 times bigger than the market for silver. It will be much, much easier for you to get rid of that gold than it will be for silver. And for me, again, I know how hard it would have been for me to sell my 50-pound stack of silver, which was made up of tons of different types of silver. I had coins, I had bullion, I had rounds, I had bars, I had statuettes, little sculptures, I had all sorts of different things, silver coins from all over the world. It was a real mess to try and deal with all of that, putting it into spreadsheets and arranging it and all of that. Imagine if you have 10,000 ounces, it is a nightmare and a half to deal with that. Or, same example, 113 coins. Maybe it'll take you an hour to deal with, and that is it. So liquidity is a really important part of the investment equation. It's not just buying it, it's also selling it. Our fourth and final reason also has to do with the selling side of investing in precious metals, and it is all around the idea of slippage when selling. Slippage refers to the amount of money lost between the buying and selling of a particular commodity, in this case, gold or silver. So there's always selling costs associated with selling things. And a lot of people don't actually think about that. Even if they know about it, they don't think about it, explicitly when they're buying a precious metal or they're buying any type of investment. So when you buy gold or silver coins or bars or whatever, when you decide to sell them, there are going to be some costs associated with that. So for example, some slippage might occur because, let's say you need to sell because you need to sell, right? For whatever bills you got to pay, maybe the person buying it, whether it's a pawn shop, whether it's a cash for gold place, or even a friend or someone you know, they know that they got you in a corner, so to speak, and they might charge you a little bit more, meaning they'll pay you a slightly lower rate because they know they can. And that happens pretty frequently. Or even just going to a gold shop, right? They have overhead, so they're going to have to charge you. They're going to have to make a profit. So you're going to get a little bit less. Also, maybe you sell on eBay or some other third-party platform. There are selling fees, there are platform fees. So if you have many fewer items, say gold coins, right? 10,000 items versus 113 items, well, you're going to have much, much less slippage when you go to sell. And plus, because you have so many fewer and because they're higher dollar value, you can actually take a little bit more time, right? Let's say you have medical bills that you need to pay for, right? You can find better channels to sell them on. So maybe you're not selling them on eBay. Maybe you're selling them on Craigslist and doing a private deal where you get virtually no slippage. So there are lots of ways that you can increase your money that you take home when you sell these gold coins versus if you were to do the same with silver coins at a much, much higher volume. So those are my 4 reasons why I think it's a good idea to trade up in precious metals, trading your large silver stack for a smaller gold stack, especially as you become a more advanced precious metals investor. I really enjoyed talking about this. Those are my reasons. Those are the reasons why I did it myself, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think. If you guys think I'm wrong or you did differently or you think I should have done differently, put it in the comments below. Debate, discussion, that's how we all learn. And of course, a big thank you to the sponsors of today's video. Of course, Whatnot, you all know about Whatnot. If you click the link below and sign up, download the app, you get $15 in Whatnot credit to spend on coins, bullion, whatever you want. Thank you very much to Calinex Mines for supporting my YouTube channel and generally supporting the YouTube precious metals community. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this video. I got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike, so stay tuned, and until then, Silver Picker out. A huge, huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons. If you're not yet a patron, join the Patreon. The links are below, and you'll get access to my private Discord group in which all sorts of collectors come together to talk shop, talk coins, and just have a good time.